What's up, y'all? It's your boy JTMM, aka Just 10 More Minutes, aka the Freaking 10, back again with another one. This time, the live performance. I literally hit end video, let the outro play, pulled up the live at Lunario and hit record. I want to see. So let me tell you some of the things that I'm looking for here. I don't know whether I'm right about the panic, and I mean, obviously from some of the things you could see the regret in the lyrics. And trying to figure out what they could do, you know, to make it right. But I want to see the looks, right? Do we see looks of panic? I don't even know if I'm right in that sense, but I want to see what facial expressions they give us, you know, and how they deliver it. I'm hoping they do some of the harmonies that they did on the studio version, because I thought those were amazing. There were little ones I didn't even point out in the cover of it during some of the verses that they did that I thought were superb. I was so enthralled with the story that I completely forgot to mention those. So with that being said, let's switch it up. Let's take a listen. I can't wait.
Tell me what I must do to return for what I did to your soul. Tell me to step over fire. What is your desire? 'Cause it is done. One word and it'll be done. The game you already won. Invincible, I am bleeding. I'm pleading. Listen to me. I know that it was just a mistake, but you don't forget that. Don't forget that. To tell you, to tell me, to tell you that it's alright. When we take another step closer to our demise. To tell you, to tell me, to tell you that it's alright. But we know it ain't. 'Cause the man has paid our pain. Oh, 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 oh.
Okay. I'll be 100% honest with you. The camera work on this one, I think, is doing a very big disservice to the song. Only because it's it's doing a lot of faraway shots and a lot of behind the shots, right? Like this one, right? Now, Ollie's doing some background work here, but when we talk about Danny, there's not a lot of up close and front shots to get that facial expression across. Now, this is, to be fair, right? I mean, this is a concert, and so, you know, they're recording it there. And it's not necessarily meant to be, quote, an official music video. So that's where I do cut it some slack. But that's what I wanted to see, was what were the expressions? And we didn't really get a lot of it until the end. That's, again, but that's just a personal thing. But you have to take into account it's not an official music video. So, you know, it's not as if they were aiming for that. They just happened to capture a lot of them in the last one with the looks on the face of that start to finish look, and her getting into that character where you can't really see it on this one. Now, you hear it in her voice, and I think that's where the disappointing part is for me from the camera side, is you can hear in her voice as she puts a little bit more emphasis in her tones of that panic and regret. But yeah, you don't get the facial expressions, at least not so far. We'll see how it goes. That's just 100% honesty, right? And if y'all want to jump on me for that, that's fine. Again, I realize it's not the official music video and not meant for that, but that's what I was really hoping to see, because I love her character work when she gets into a song.
Tell me, when did you get to decide? Was it a matter of pride? If it's the price of betraying, what is it of paying? It's overdue. Your reason is overdue. Come on, I just want the truth. Do I resemble the rage and the chains that tie you?
That's the vocal I was looking for. I love it. Love their harmonies. So from a video perspective, it's not my favorite. Now, sound wise, it seems like they I don't know if there was an adjustment between the last two, but this one sounded so much better than the last one. They sound like there was some audio stuff in the last in Stalker. Yeah, they just there was a lot of focus elsewhere than on Danny when she was singing. And maybe it's the vocalist in me and the lyricist in me that when a vocalist is singing, unless you're trying to present something else during that, I've always felt that the camera should be either on them or around them. Now they did some really cool shots like with Pal singing, and Ollie doing backup that they had not covered in previous videos here. And so I don't know if that's kind of what their goal was in this, is that because the first couple from Lunario, they'd really focused on Danny and obviously Pal with her singing. Ollie wasn't featured as much in the first couple of videos, but now in these last two, she has been. And so that's, I mean, obviously it's nice to see all three of them get the coverage because they're a trio. But I that camera work was off to me, and I think it could have really done more, as I said, with being more on Danny on certain aspects. But again, it's just a concert, not an official music video. But the song itself, again, what wasn't shown visually was heard audibly. I heard exactly what I wanted to hear. They did a couple little things differently that weren't necessarily in the studio version, I think, or vice versa, actually, because there was a piece where I said there were some higher and lows, and I didn't hear that here. But it may have been because I was a little distracted by trying to figure out what the camera guy was thinking. Song-wise and performance-wise, it was, I heard the tones in her voice. I heard everything that I wanted to hear from the song live. With getting those expressions and those emotions out, just like I heard in the studio. But honestly, that camera work really threw me off. It really took it away from me. Now, for the live crowd, I mean, they got into it, right? And right at the end, I mean, you saw the hands in the air, so their performance was perfect from that aspect. And maybe, I mean, y'all may kill me for the cameraman comment, and I know that, again, I'll say it again, I know it wasn't the intent of it being a official music video, but to show backwards and, the crowd shots, I don't mind when they kind of showed the crowd up front. That I never really mind. But man, there were just so many weird shots in that. Let me know what y'all think. Let me switch it back up. So if we go back to the story, right? She's murdered him, and she, was over him for the closing of Stalker, and now she's kind of gone in what I'm interpreting as this panic and remorse, of realizing what she's done and how does she make it right, right? As she says, how do I atone? Tell me, I'll do it. If you want me to walk over fire, it's done. Whatever you want. And now, where does it go? That's the part that has me so enthralled, is with 5 songs left, and I had my calendar up at the end of the last one. I think it was Sacrifice. Jump back over there. Sinister Smile, Dull Knives, Queen of the Murder Scene, and then Psychotic. Where does it truly go? And again, as I said in the last one, no spoilers. I'll watch the vlogs after I finish this to get there explaining, because I want to see what happens. In my head, again, I play this as a movie, and so we're at that scene now. She's in that panic and remorse and trying to figure out, what can be done, realizing the blood is on her hands forever. But what does she do? That's the part that's fascinating to me. I think I am going to go in and go ahead and record the sacrifice now, because I have to know. It truly has been bugging me, and unfortunately my schedule didn't let me record it instantly the other day, but now I've got a little bit of time. I'm going to do that. So until then, if you like the video, like, subscribe, share, all of that stuff. If you want to support me in other ways, go out to buymeacoffee.com/JTMMTV. You can support me there as well. Always appreciated, never required. But always remember, my friends, if someone asks you to stop what you're doing, don't ask for 1, don't ask for 2. Certainly don't ask for 5. Someone asks you to stop what you're doing, always ask for just 10 more minutes. I'm JTMM. I'm out.